Well, hello friends. Welcome to Jim's In Town Gardening and also Bella's Legacy Rabbitry. Want to thank you for taking some time to join us this morning. Today's video is going to be rabbits that we have for sale. Easy, honey. Easy. We just had snowmobiles that just raced through, so she got a little spastic on me. I mentioned in a video, I think it was last week, not used to all the snowmobiles racing. There's a guy that's been working on snowmobiles and tractors and stuff behind us, and at times it gets kind of loud. But anyways, today I have Misty. This is one of Baby's daughters. This is the one that was with Baby for a long while. Beautiful colors. Her dad is, Baby's a New Zealand white. Her dad is a lavender Rex. Beautiful colors. You know, she's soft, but she doesn't have the Rex fur. But just, I've always loved this color. And typically, she is one of the most favorite, most loving rabbits. She loves to be pet. You get your ears forward. So I have 4 of Baby's girls left for sale. These guys were born September, I'm going to say the 23rd. Beautiful girls and 3 boys. So if you give me just a minute, I'll bring one of the other girls. Hey, sweet. Okay, so here's another one. Yeah, she had 9 altogether. 2 of them sold right at 8 weeks. Went to a family, about a half hour away. I think it was right around, was it just before Thanksgiving when we delivered them, or just before Christmas? I can't remember now. Good baby. Yeah, good baby. Can you look in the camera? Can you look in the camera? There you go. Oh, good baby. She's a sweetie. So I'll bring another one in just a minute. Good baby, yes. Oh, good baby. Oh, she's a good girl. Oh, she's a good girl. So here's another cutie. A little cutie. Yes, you are. Find it really interesting, the colors. You know, from a New Zealand white to the lavender Rex. A lot of them have the silver, the gray. This one's got kind of like swirls in it with the tannish color. Disposition has been very good with all the girls, all the boys. What I really found interesting, the 3 girls in that cage right there and the 3 boys, and I've mentioned this in videos. You know, you look at this doe here, there's a buck that looks just like him. You know, the same with the one that I'll bring out next. It's just weird how that works. So, okay, give me just a second and I'll bring the next, you want to look in the camera? Look in the camera. Your nails are stuck in my jacket. Oh, yeah. Nails are stuck in the jacket. You look in the camera, baby? Hey. Hey, that girl. Okay, okay. No, I don't want to go in that position. That's not a position I'm used to. I'll be right back. Good girl. Good girl. Oh, good girl. Good girl. Yes. Good girl. Okay, so here's the fourth one. She's a pretty girl. Pretty girl. Yeah, pretty girl. Yeah. Come in, look at the camera. Look at the camera. Yeah, pretty girl. Pretty girl. You know, Deb's Way channel. She had responded to one of the videos that I had put on. I think it was the one that went on yesterday. Never had a rabbit, but I guess she's been inspired by the videos that I put on. You know, that how easygoing they are, how gentle they are. You know, they're a loving pet, and I responded to her that, you know, it seems like, and not just couples that are retired, but, you know, even some 30 and 40-year-old moms. Actually, there was a man that bought, I think it was one of Mocha's babies, and I get pictures from them off and on, and usually it's him cuddling up to the rabbit. You know, they're great pets. You can litter train them. The only thing that I would say is if you were going to have a rabbit in your home, have it in a place where it's not going to get into mischief. You know, wires. Don't have any wires around. Now in the house, I built a 7-foot long cage. I think it's 3 foot wide. I still need to build an upper tier to it so that she can come up and play up there too. But they just make great pets. They love to be cuddled. You know, once you get them to this stage, that's why I do work easy seating. I do work with, you know, hands-on with them often. Because if they are going home for pets, I want them to be able to, you know, have that first start. You know, they're not afraid to be held. You know, they know they're going to be loved. So, you know, Deb, I'd love to place a bunny in your home and help you get started. Of course, Maine to Florida is a long distance away, so that probably wouldn't work. But, you know, I'm sure that, I know there's rabbit breeders down that way. You know, a small rabbit. You know, if you like to brush, you know, a lion head would be a great bunny. They're small. They do require brushing. You know, I would recommend twice a week, you know, at the minimum brushing, because their hair will get tangled and matted if you don't. I've got one up here. I just put the nest box in yesterday, and she's been playing in the hay. She's got hay all through her mane, but I really don't want to mess with her too much. And I've got a bunny trying to escape. I don't want to mess with her until after she's had the babies and they're settled. I try not to handle them when they're about 2 weeks prior to kindling, having their babies. I just don't want to hurt the babies inside. Just something that I do. Now, I did move Sugar. I moved Sugar from one spot to another spot the day before she had her babies. But she's a doe that I can do that with. She doesn't spaz out in a new place. But I just felt it would be warmer where I have her. You know, she's got more of the clear panels, you know, for the daytime. My little heater that I run at night, it's in front of her cage, so, excuse me, you know, it just gave her her babies a better chance. So, so I'm going to bring the 3 boys out now. So I'll be right back with you. Good girl. Yeah, see, good girl. See, good girl. Yes, it is. Good girl. Thank you. Yes. Yes. Oh. Good boy. You gotta wait a minute, honey, and I'll bring you out. Yeah, you gotta wait a minute. I bring you out. Yes. Yes. Okay, so like I was saying, with the does, I've got a buck that looks just like him. Like her. This is Sweetie. You know, it's strange. Usually there isn't a whole lot of difference here with the does and the bucks. For some reason, these boys, anytime that I'm out here, they're right at the front. When I open up their door to fill their hay ball, usually I leave the door open. I've got my barrel that I put the grain in, or the hay in, right there. Well, with the boys, I've got to put my leg up against the door because they will come out. I mean, I don't mind. There isn't anything here that they could get into trouble with. But there are a couple places where they can crawl underneath my dropping trays and get into the back, and it could be hours before I got them back. But they have been so calm, so wanting to be pet. So that's been good. You know, with the does, I don't have a buck, easy sweetie. I don't have a buck right now that I'd be willing to sell with them, because I do sell trios at times, unrelated. Now, I do have three New Zealand white does. They were born 2 days after these guys. I could sell 2 of those, or even 3 of those, and one of these boys would be, boy, you're soft. You know, one of these boys would be a great choice. You know, you wouldn't have a full breed. You know, it would be mixing New Zealand with a New Zealand Rex cross. But, you know, if you were raising for meat, this would be a good combination. Especially if you were going to do something with the pelts from the young. You know, typically what I do is if I sell 3, I'll knock $10 off the price, depending on what they are. Now, you know, one thing, I usually this is just rabbits I have for sale. But one thing that I would really urge people, if you're going to get into rabbits, do not breed your does until they're at least 9 months old. You know, I know when I first got started, I had said I wouldn't breed anybody until they were 8 months old, and that was what I believed. But the more I've studied, the more I've looked into it. You know, if you're breeding oh sweetheart, oh boy, if you're breeding a doe and you compare it to human age, that would be like breeding a 13 to 16-year-old girl. You know, yeah, their body is capable of getting pregnant, but mentally they're not ready. And I think a lot of, you know, I think back to Sugar. Sugar was one of our first does, and I know the problems that we had. Hey, baby boy, where you going? Where you going? I know the problems that we had the first litter. And I think we were lied to as far as the age. I don't know. But I don't think she was mentally ready. Now, she has been a superb mom ever since. So, I would not breed until 9 months old. Now, the bucks, you know, for the larger breed, 6 months for the buck. You know, so this guy's ready. September, October. Where you going? October, November, December, January, February. Actually, next month. He's just about there. And boy, you're a good flash, too. Yes, you are. You're a good flash. Okay, so I'll go grab one of the other boys. Be right with you. You go, boy. Yeah, you are. You go, boy. Oh, you go, boy. Yes, you are. You go, boy. Oh, 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 oh. Give me just a minute. I'll get here. Oh, good boy. Okay, so like I said, you saw a doe that looked just like this. This is the one that started it, opening up the door and hopping out. He was the first one. You know, and I didn't mind, especially at first, because once they got out of the cage, it's like, where do I go next? So usually he'd hang right by my feet, you know, as I filled the hay ball. And, oh boy. You know, I'd pick him up and love on him a little bit. But then the other two, they started doing the same thing. So he's the one that's got the kind of like swirling, although it's not showing quite as much as it used to. Again, very soft fur. Not the Rex fur, but it's soft, very soft. Good boy. So let me get the last one. That will be the silverish one. I think a lot of people have been calling it the chinchilla type color. So I'll be right back. Oh boy. Oh, you go boy. You go boy. You go boy. Oh, you just see that. Oh, good boy. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. He's a good boy. Okay, so here's the last one of these boys. Super sweet. Super sweet. I like his broad head. I like that in the bucks. You know, the broader head. Buster, he's got that. Rex has that. Smoky, not so. The lavender, the dad to these. I like that broad head in a boy. You can see the marking on the back. And I'll pick that up, the Rex. Okay. Good boy. Says usually you brush me. How come you're not brushing me? So if anybody's interested in any of these, you know, if you're living up here in Maine or, you know, even New Hampshire or some of the southern New England states, you know, we could work something out, you know, maybe meet. You know, if you're looking for foundation stock or even, you know, if you're looking for a pet, any one of these would make a good pet. You know, before somebody asked if they're litter trained. No, they're not. But they could be. You know, some rabbits, you're a happy boy, aren't you? Huh? Some rabbits can be litter trained so easy. Others, it takes patience. The one that we have inside, Satin, she would do good for a bit, and then she'd make mistakes. Leanna's got these little, well, like bath mats down in her cage, just, you know, for her feet, and she'd piddle on it. So what she would do is close off the pen, you know, for a couple days, and then she'd start going in the. So it's worked, and I think it's been about a year now that she's been accident-free. Now, not to say that she's not going to drop marbles along the cage, and she will do that at times, but the marbles don't have any smell. They're dryish, you know, they're easy to pick up and just throw in a compost bin or whatever you're going to do with them. We do a lot of composting here, so it all helps. You're a sweet boy. You are. You're a sweet boy. You know, so what do we have in here? I think total in this barn right now, not counting sugars and babies, day and 2-day-old babies, 55 rabbits. You know, you've seen me handle these guys. Actually, I just let this video run, and you know, you can see, it wasn't that I spent 15, 20 minutes, you know, trying to calm an animal down. You know, this is how they are. You know, so if you're looking for a pet rabbit, you know, yes, they came from a rabbitry, you know, quite a few rabbits. I mean, this is a small rabbitry, you know, 38 cages total, and I don't have them all full. You know, to be able to handle these rabbits like this, they know me. They have been made of. They've been taken care of. Good baby. Good baby. Oh. So, you know, I know a lot of people, a lot of the homestead channels, you know, the gardeners. You may not be interested in rabbits, but I know you've been supporting this channel. Some are, you know, just couples that, you know, they might have a few plants, but they have friends on YouTube. You know, so if this wasn't helpful as far as, you know, learning how to tend to rabbits, you're just coming to support the channel, you know, what I'd say is you got to see some real cuteness. So, and I want to thank you for that support. You know, there's different things that I go and watch that, you know, it's not something that I'm involved in, but because they've shown support to me, I try to support them too. And I think that's one of the things about the YouTube channel, and especially this community that a lot of us are involved in. It's the supporting each other, and I think that's so important. So my hat's off to you guys. And yes, I got a haircut the other day. Finally my hairdresser was in, and in fact I've got to go down and trim her Bunnies nails. She's got a lion head. In a video way back, she had bought from a pet store one of the sons of Molly and Coco. I had bought the pair afterwards, and that was just kind of awesome. She knew I had lion heads, and she had asked about the possibility of breeding, using him to breed one of my does. And she said, oh, so you wouldn't be able to do that? And I said, well, I do have a lion head that Benji, that, you know, sometime down the road, maybe we do that. So, friends, I want to thank you so much for your support. Love you guys. God bless you. You sweetheart. Bye.